Providing a core expertise in a certain area will not only help you stand out from the crowd, it will also justify your fees to your clients in the RDR world, as well as provide value to your business proposition. So how do you carve out a niche? Today I've got Andrew Liddle in the studio. Andrew is the Managing Director of Financial Fitness, and he's here to talk about his business, which provides specialist business advice to professionals working in the fitness industry. Welcome, Andrew.
Good morning, Amy.
So, Andrew, what sort of clients are on your books and what advice do you normally offer them?
Very simple, really. We work exclusively in the fitness and healthcare professional market. And it's a range of products ranging from covering their protection needs, and we're just about to launch a life and pension offering as well.
So how did you discover your niche, Andrew? How do you build up to that?
The fitness industry is an industry that I've been interested in for many years, but I met a key individual back in 2009, Andy McGlynn.
Okay.
Andy McGlynn's a bit of a mover and shaker in the fitness industry, one of the best personal trainers I've ever met. He started to explain some of the issues that these guys and girls were facing, and I immediately went into potential solution mode. And I guess our working relationship is now history.
Okay, and so when he said sort of problems they were having, can you...
Well, it's a hugely cash generative industry.
Yeah.
And that brings a certain amount of problems in terms of making sure you file online effectively and on time with HMRC, etc. And it's a largely self-employed industry, so there's very few employee benefits, and people don't think about long-term, securing their family mortgage arrangements and longer-term pension savings planning.
Okay, so how long did it take, and how do you specialise and build up a business once you've discovered that niche?
I think it took about a year, possibly longer, in terms of building the initial business plan and how we were going to go about marketing to these guys, etc. But one of the major issues the industry faces is there's a legal requirement to have public and professional liability insurance to be able to train with clients.
Right.
And the market offering was quite poor.
Okay.
The industry moves on quite quickly with new training regimes and that sort of thing coming on stream all the time. And the existing policies that were around in the marketplace that I was referring to were quite historic in nature and weren't covering the latest training techniques. So we worked closely with a well-renowned broker, Stackhouse Poland, for about 12 months or so in terms of what we needed within that policy.
Yeah.
Looked around the various insurers that are available.
Yeah.
And settled on Hiscox.
Yeah.
So for the last year or so, we've been working very closely with Hiscox, who are Europe's largest commercial insurer, to bring a bespoke product to the market, which is only available through ourselves. And that's now doing really well.
Okay, have you noticed any kind of difference in your referrals since you've done that? Any kind of, how are you getting clients on your books?
Yeah, absolutely. The credibility that relationship was brought to the table for us has been huge. Being able to align with a major insurer like that has brought significant benefits. And I think from any advisor out there, the point of view is, you need to spread your marketing mix as wide as you possibly can. Yeah. We've recently launched an outsourced brand new website, vibrant, attracts the audience in. We're using various social media platforms to drive traffic to it, including typically LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, etc. And we're starting to align ourselves more and more with affinity groups now. So we work closely with a rapidly expanding chain of personal trainers in the UK, Lifestyle Fitness Personal Training. They've now got over 250 guys around the UK. So we align ourselves very closely with businesses like that have certain financial needs. And then some of the larger players in terms of the CrossFit, the Reebok franchises throughout the country. And indeed, I keep myself fit through my local Cleveland CrossFit box in Gloucester. So we're all doing a little bit.
Yeah, on your website it actually says that all your advisors have some sort of background in fitness.
Absolutely.
So how does that work?
Well, it's important that we have a team of personal trainers or former personal trainers dealing with personal trainers, so we understand their issues and we can talk their language. So everybody's got a background in the in the fitness industry in some way, shape, or form. Okay,
and so talking about RDR now, do you think that sort of has made it easier or harder for an advisor to be a specialist, an advisor firm to be a specialist?
Good question, Amy. I think, to be honest, I take a fairly neutral stance on that one. We embrace regulation in whatever format that takes, and personally I have done for the last 25 plus years now. So we've been through a number of different regulatory environments and organisations, and you need to embrace it. Yeah. Otherwise, it slows your business down.
Absolutely.
So it's had little impact on us because we've been RDR ready for a couple of years now. I think generally the QCF framework, with the need to uplift to level 4, brings significant benefits to the industry. Not least the fact that many have actually left and there's fewer advisors around now. So in terms of the supply and demand, we're all busier currently, which is great news.
I wanted to ask you about fact finding for your. When you started up your business, did you sort of do have some test clients, not test clients, but you sort of to kind of feel around to see what they wanted?
Absolutely. During that 12-month business planning phase, we must have spoken to over 50 personal trainers and healthcare professionals, just to help get a feel and understand their needs. Yeah. And then we were able to bespoke our fact find based on that information. And what we actually did was we produced our own customer relationship management software, which specifically drove the sort of questions that we needed to ask as part of the fact find process. So all that data was captured as a result of that initial test work that we did.
Okay, and did you outsource that sort of
yes,
stuff?
Yes, we did, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. And you also outsource your PR, is that right?
No, at the moment that's currently dealt with in-house. Okay. Anne Collins, who works with us, has got a media and PR background, as well as a huge financial interest and an interest in the fitness industry. So she's quite unique in bringing 3 different skill sets to the table, I think.
So she's niche herself, really.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Thank you, Andrew. It's been a pleasure having you in the studio.
Thank you, Amy. Much appreciated.